Yes, and we're on. My friend, it's really a huge honor to have you on our Quebec radio show, Prescription Punk Rock. Who the hell are you?
Who the hell am I? My name is Trey Clinesmith, one of the newer members of Pulley. Yeah.
Trey from Pulley. This is such an honor, seriously, to have you on the show. Um, I mean, we did a couple of interviews with the other guys, but it means a lot for me because I know you've been doing that for many years. And being involved with Pulley, it's something that we wanted to chat about. So for people in Quebec that didn't know the story, how you joined Pulley, and yeah, how you met the guy.
So I have a 35 plus year history with Mike and Scott of Pulley. I grew up in the Valley in the punk scene. Next, Scott was playing in Scared Straight. I was in a punk band, Fatal Air. Mike was in a band of OIM. Later, Mike joined Fatal Air. We've been running around since we were 15 playing music together, and been old friends of theirs and always been a fan of the music. I mean, I actually even play on the first album just as a friend. Like I came in, I've been around these guys forever. So when the opportunity came up, when Scott called me, he says, "Hey, look, we're in a bind. Could you come play with us?" And I'm like, hell yeah. I mean, I've always been a fan and I've always been a friend. And it's like hanging out and playing music with my friends, playing music I love. It's a win-win. So that was in September of 2019. And it's just been nuts since then. I mean, everything was starting to happen and we were starting to play, and then boom, COVID hits, and it's been a long time since I've seen Scott. But it's been I have a long history with those guys. Long history.
Yeah, that's the thing. Everybody, was in such a good run, and everything stopped. It happened so fast. And I know for Pulley there was so many things on the table coming, and the reaction, with the fans and everything. So their full return, because they were still around, but not as much as just before COVID. And everything just fucking end, and it's just everybody's waiting for that. But I think the fans are such happy that you joined Pulley, because as you mentioned, you were close to them since the beginning. Like the guy you never imagined, you never really saw him as a fans, but he's always there, since the beginning. So it was a natural fit, and musically, it really fit perfectly.
Yeah, no, I was excited. I mean, you're right. There was so much happening. Like we were scheduled to do a bunch of shows through Europe, and we were coming to Canada and everything. And we have a full album of material ready to go, ready to record, that I'm very excited about. And then, but it's just getting that ball rolling right now. It's so hard, with COVID also, we had a lot of free time, and then, we all have jobs. And then when they brought the jobs back, like we have no time. Now everyone's working double, making up for lost time. And but we have the new acoustic record, and you got this live record that's going to be coming out. And we have about 14 songs of material ready to be recorded. Yeah, we're all fired up. It's a matter of getting it done, It's a matter of getting it done.
The good thing about it's from the news I heard from the States, everything are settled down right now. I think they mentioned that if you got vaccinated twice, no distanciation anymore and no mask. So you're hitting the good way. In Canada, it's really more slowly. The vaccine.
Oh, yeah.
We're not that good, it seems. But
no.
You gonna help us, and yeah,
good.
It's a matter of months. And the good thing about it is, as you mentioned, you just released an acoustic record. And I think that people have more time right now they're more aware of what's happening around them in the punk scene. They listening to more music. I don't know if you felt that.
I don't know. You know, it's because I am so with the COVID. Your lifestyle. You've been so removed from. I mean, some of my closest friends, like Mike and Scott. I mean, I've been best friends with Mike in Pulley. You know, and I have not seen him because of he's working 7 days a week, and it's been nuts. It's like I know when I see people out in my life and I run into them, they're very excited about future Pulley, and everyone's fired up for music to come back right now. You know, everyone's waiting for live music and records, and we're just as excited.
Yeah, and the good thing is that people gonna go crazy. I mean, remember like the first show you see or the first show you play. And actually, do you remember the first show you play as an artist? Not with Pulley, but,
yeah.
you know.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's like losing your virginity again. It's going to be like, it's going to be all over again, you know? There's nothing, there's no complacency. There's no, it's something that you can't take it for granted anymore. If you ever did. I mean, I've always loved playing live. I've always loved the live aspect of it. It's a give and take from the fans into the band. And it's like, it's the best part about music for me is playing for people that enjoy what you're doing. And to be able to do that again is going to be so much more meaningful because it's been a long, stale run, you know?
Yeah, I think people gonna whine less, you know, as you mentioned. It's like we know now that we can lose it again. So, yeah, we were taking so many things for granted, and now we know it can just, in a moment of hours, of days, just skip and everything can be back, you know. So, yeah, I think people will appreciate those. You know, we saw that as little thing going to a show for many years, but it is not. People understand now what it is, the implication of the band, the importance of the culture. You guys are therapists. I tell you that.
Oh, wow. My wife would probably differ with that opinion, but she might think I need a therapist. But
salary of a therapist, you know, but
yeah. That's good. No, I mean, I know other bands speak to me all the time. Music is it's the one constant I always have in my life, no matter what's going on, and there's always something, no matter what's happening in my life. There's always something I can relate to that speaks to me at a certain time. So I understand that. I understand how you say, you know, bands can be a therapist in that sense. It's because music is therapeutic.
it really is, you know, and I think that Pulley is a good example. You know, as I mentioned, for many years it was not a touring. You know, they were doing a couple of shows, but they were not touring constantly. So it was live of the rare thing when you know that they came to your town or something. So there's always kind of a buzz around Pulley for that because it was that special germs, you know, that jams. Sorry, that don't tour a lot. So if they come to your town, go see them. It can be 5-6 years, you know. So, you know, with the COVID, it's the same thing. People know that if they don't go there that time, it can, you know, maybe they will never see them. So, yeah, I think it, you know, you
I think we have shows like, we're hoping we have shows in Victoria, Vancouver, Calgary, and Edmonton in the beginnings of October, like end of September, beginning of October. Nothing definite yet, but there's talk. So I don't know.
Yeah, because, you know, there was so much festival too. And I know the offer is big around Quebec. There's always a huge affair between Pulley and Quebec. You know, of course, we love music, but I don't know, that band have a special place in people's heart. It's it's not, when you mention Pulley, it's like Owl. I'm sure you know about Owl, the
Oh
fan,
yeah.
when you met a fans, your friends.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. I love that. I never knew. I want to experience the Quebec thing. I've not experienced it yet, so I can't wait to come hang with you. You know, come hang with just and play music there.
And by the way, for people that didn't know your background, what is your punk rock background?
So as I was saying, like I mean, back in the early days, probably starting at I think 15. I'm now 52. I was in a band, Fatal Error. We ended up playing a little on Mystic Records. Mystic was the whole nardcore world, the Hollywood world, like Dr. No and Neil Repute and the Mentors and so many different bands were. Mystic was the LA label, and
And
we
release like
did.
the NoFX record without asking them.
Yeah, exactly. Right. I mean, they weren't the most honest of labels, but it was an outlet for us to all play through. I mean, yes. No, Mystic Records was a little shifty, a little shady, a little shifty. But I was so excited. We only did one compilation record. It was called Party Animal.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So Fatal Air was on the first. We were the first song on the second side, and a lot of great bands are on there. Yeah, that was a song No Clone, and so we were playing a lot through with Scared Straight, and we'd play with NoFX and all that stuff, and we're all friends, and I just then I after Fatal Error, I kind of stayed away from I just the punk scene turned to a metal scene for a bit, and it just kind of burned me out. It got like really violent, it got really metal, and it just wasn't the same excitement like back in the day when you saw punk when you were 15. That was your friend, you was your bro. It's like you were like brothers in arms, and then it got bigger, and which is great, but like it got a little violent, a little metal. It wasn't my deal for a bit, and but then everyone stuck with it, and some great bands, continued on, and some great bands were created, and a lot of great records, and it brought me back in, and but I was on a musical hiatus from playing it because I didn't have anyone to really play with, and then all of a sudden Scott called and said, "Hey, we need a guitarist." So here I sit.
I love the story because you took a step ahead from the scene, which is, yeah, you're right. When there's a lot of money involved in a scene that was underground, metal, happened. It was the same, almost in the same times,
Yeah.
and it get bigger, bigger, and bigger, and then boom, nothing. Like I think the label put a lot of money in emo. There was a
Yeah.
huge wave of emo's band getting signed, and it didn't really quite work, I think, with them because they leave all the band, and they of course leave punk band behind them, and there was a huge hole for many years.
Yeah.
That's where I started up the radio show where everybody was leaving. But I always felt that the music was so good, and it was just a matter of time, and it happened. Guys like me at their 40, kids have now 13, 14, 15, they can babysit themselves, so we can go back to shows. So we see a lot of people getting back to it, trying to have excitement in their life, and seeing, I've been working for 10, 12 years, and there's nothing exciting. I have the kids, but now they grow up, so I need something, and they're
Yeah.
getting the scene. And I think everything was in place before the COVID for an explosion for punk rock, and it was just a matter of time. And I think the pandemic, that will be the good thing about it. It will be that blow up when everything's gonna get back. You're gonna see people in their like 45s getting nuts.
Yeah. Everyone's hungry. Everyone's really hungry for some playing music again. Playing and listening and being there, just being a part of it again. It's because that's why I'm talking to you right now. It's because we have a passion about it. That's what you're passionate about it. I'm passionate about it. That's why we're even having these conversations. The people listening right now, it's because they care. And that's who this is all for. That's why we do it. That's why you do it. That's why I do it. And I just can't wait to do it again. It's getting close. I could taste it.
Yeah, I always say to people, I'm really naive too, so don't get every words. But yeah, we're at the end of that crazy thing. But as you mentioned, the people are, there was something special in the 90s, and people want to live that again. But everything is in place, and I think I can't wait to hear the new stuff from Pulley, because you've always been that band that never choose the same direction of others. What I mean by that is, there's kind of prog in Pulley in a way. You're not afraid of experimentations. You're not afraid of trying new direction. You don't define yourself as, we got that melodic songs, we're gonna play it all the way. You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean, actually. And I say that as a fan of Pulley, because I was a fan of Pulley before I was a member of Pulley, and so I agree with you. I enjoy all the records. They all are. I mean, I'll even go on a limb and say I really like a lot 60 Cycle Hum, which is not a lot of people's favorite record, but I really like it. I mean, and there's a lot of different places that one goes, but I agree with you. I feel like each record has something new and exciting to offer, and so I'm excited about this next one. I mean, Mike and Scott really went nuts on a writing spree over COVID. I mean, Mike was just spitting out songs, and really interesting, very interesting songs. And I mean, he was writing stuff, and then he was writing stuff that was like not even for Pulley, just to write, just like this weird world of other, like almost punk jazz. Like, it was just wild, he was going for stuff. So the stuff that came together for Pulley, for this next record, I'm excited about it. I want to do it. I want to do it, and it's got to happen.
And the other thing that I love about that band is, since the beginning, I think that to be involved in Pulley, you have to have a personality. Everyone who's been involved in the band are kind of characters, people that, you can, they are special in many ways. And in a good way. I mean, you are all artists, and that's what I love about the band. If you take Tyler, I know him, and he's very special, smart guys, working with toys and everything, really geek. And you got Krish. Krish is a machine, man. He loves punk rock. He's a fan, and he take all those pictures with everyone, and just like showing how love and appreciation he got to be involved. So all you guys together, it brings something like really magical. So it's really cool to see that, you are still inspired. You still have that fire and that inspiration to keep going, with the change of lineup, because there was a lot of people involved in Pulley.
Yeah. I mean, you're right. I mean, Chris, if you can say anything about Chris is excited always. Yeah, everything he's into, he's into it 100%. And I love that about him. And Tyler, smart, incredible bass player. And me, I have the excitement of a little kid, because I'm just getting to go. It's like I was sent out to run, and all of a sudden, like, wait, no, you can't run right now. You gotta sit inside and wait. It's like COVID stopped everything for that, and so there is an excitement level for me, I know, to get back and to do this, and it's just and record and play, and there's so many things that going. I've never got. We were supposed to go to Europe next year. It was supposed to be last year, this year. Now it's next year with Bad Religion, and I just cross my fingers, but I bank on nothing until I'm there. I'll believe it. But
yeah, and bring Bad Religion back in Quebec with you guys. That would be rad.
It would be rad. That would be great.
But yeah, you know, and I appreciate that passion. You know, I meet a lot of band over the course of years, and some were really tired at the end. You know, because it's a tough thing. But to see that there's so many band out there that just want to do it and still keep on and everything with what you mentioned, the passion and that fire, it's a beautiful thing, man. You know, I always said I just press play on my radio show, but man, when there's people like you, so driven, you know, it's so easy, man. And yeah, that's why I'm keep doing it, man.
Well, thank you
You
for
know,
doing it.
you guys are losing the money in the name of music. I'm just pressing play with that fucking finger.
keep pressing play. Someone has to do it. Someone with good taste too.
There's gonna be so many good things, you know, and you know, Quebec is waiting. The acoustic album is out. I listened to it. It's really great. I love it.
Oh,
You know,
thanks.
you never know. You know how those songs came out. A lot of them were writing acoustic first.
Yeah. What did you think of No Defense?
It
Did
was
you hear
cool.
that?
It's kind of you don't have to think of the original songs. You really
Yeah.
have to. I'm gonna listen to a new records, and for a lot of songs, you really have to. You don't have to because you just want to listen to the songs after that, the
You
original.
you have to, yeah. You almost have to approach this as its own record in the sense like Scott was so excited about, like, you know, it came down to being locked down with COVID, and Scott was always he always wanted to approach some of the songs acoustically as an exercise, and we were all sitting at our homes wanting to play, and he's like, play something, go, let's get into our first album, and let's reapproach them, or approach them as an acoustic song and record it. And I'd record a piece, I'd send it to Scott would record his stuff at home, he'd send it to Mike, and that's how that whole album came to be. And like, it was just an experiment that we really loved. And then we did a couple acoustic concerts for like the UK and Costa Rica. We did, like, you know, 10-song set over the internet, and so we were getting this vibe going, and it was like, we made this recording. And I mean, I remember Mike was like, look, I got a whole new approach for No Defense, a whole new approach. It says it's really going out on a limb, but let's do it. And I'm like, yeah, let's do it. Let's, you know, there's no rules in punk rock, so let's just do it. And he recorded all his stuff, and I did like a cello type thing with my guitar with an Evo, and you know, whatever, all of it. It was a fun experiment, and I'm really proud of it. Actually, I'm really proud of it. I think it came out really nice, considering we all did it in our garages, emailing things back and forth. You know.
Yeah, DIY, man, and
Yeah.
my favorite songs from Pulley. I'm telling you that, not because you mention it. I love that songs so deeply, and yeah, it's just like I was surprised at first, but in a good way. But after listening to it like 3 or 4 times, you get to it, and you're just like, wow, you nail it. It just, yeah, that's the beauty of music. You can't imagine a song; it's in your head, but it can be really different, and you can do something that you know, it's against the first versions, but at the end, you know, bring something, a lot of you know, emotions.
Well, yeah. You know, if we played it the exact same way.
Pretty good song, man.
Awesome. Cheers, bro.
Close friends.
Ching ching.
Ching. That's strong stuff. I leave you alone.
But I was saying, we could have recorded the songs as they were first recorded, but like, what excitement would that be? Just the same thing acoustically. It's like we wanted to kind of approach it as the acoustic guitar and just acoustics and vocals, and you know, and make it for what make it an acoustic song, not a slowed down version of a Pulley song, you know. So
yeah, I get you. Yeah, because it's easy to you know, it's not a trap, it's a choice, but recreating the song but just slower, and it's the same, you know, at the end.
Yeah.
And I think the fans want to see another vision. And, I love what Noise did the last records, redoing Linoleum, you know, and it was a non-written law, but who's writing non-written law? It doesn't
Yeah.
exist. It's punk. So yeah, go
Yeah.
for it. For me, a song can, have an evolution. And, I'm a metal fan, so there's a lot of Iron Maiden songs that if you hear them in the 80s and you see them, over the course of years, they're so different now.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's almost, not the same song in a way. So I like it. It have to evaluate. For
I'm
you,
sure you've had many conversations with Tyler and Chris about Maiden, and because those guys are huge Maiden fans, and Jim was a huge Maiden fan. Yeah.
yeah, that's the only reason I got the interview, because man, we bonded so much around Maiden that's why, man, I'm friend with those guys. The day I will not love Maiden, I'm out of there.
Yeah, that'd be like Eric who.
But yeah, I think that as a band and as a musician, you want to go further, and you don't want to get bored playing songs that you enjoy playing back in the days. So yeah, I get it, and
Yeah.
the fans love it, and if you saw like the reaction of people, they're amazing. People fucking did the record, they love it.
Good. I know. It's is it out now? It's digital. It's out for digital download now, right? And release on vinyl like in a couple weeks, I think. Right?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, because I think there was a delay with the vinyl and everything.
Yeah.
Everyone delay. There's so much going on right now with the post and everything. But yeah, I think so. But people that bought the records, I think they got the link for to listen to it.
Good. Oh, I'm glad to hear that. Yeah. I can't wait to get my hands on a copy.
Yeah, because that's the fact. Nobody got a copy, not even me, man. I'm in the
Yeah.
band. I don't have it.
Yep. I heard it's good.
So as you said, the other records, it's almost ready. There's just about, getting all together in a studio and record it. What was the thing, when you joined Pulley, was the thing that you thought you bring to the band?
Well, one thing is that Mike and myself have played music together since we were 15, whether Pulley or not. Like he and I were in other bands, even during Pulley. Like, so I've never, as I said, I've been playing with him since I was 15. I'm now 52. There's not another guitarist that I play better with. Like he and I understand him and he understands me, and we know where each other goes. Like instinctually, like to where the point where we'll be playing together, improvising. We have many projects, and one project he and I do still is we have this improv music group called Godspeedo, and it's literally like we hello, you there? Sorry, I lose you.
Oh, I still got your voice.
All right, here we are. So yeah, we have this music group called Godspeedo, and it's an improv group, and we roll tape, and someone will hit a couple notes, and we play, and so often he and I will look at each other and start laughing because how we know where we're gonna go with each other. Like we'll go some crazy arc and follow it around, and we just always land together. We always land together on our feet, and so I was so excited when the songwriting part came because I love writing music with Mike. I love writing. He's if I write music with anybody, it's Mike. I mean, and it's been that way for all my guitar playing life. And so now I'm actually doing it in Pulley. So I was so fired up. I mean, when I hear it and he started writing songs, he's sending me ideas. I'm like, oh yeah, I know exactly where I'm at on this song. I know exactly what I'm going to do or how I could reapproach something, like, what if we do this? Or what if I get in here? And so I feel like what I bring is hopefully we'll find out songwriting. And I always felt like I knew how to accompany what Mike was doing, how to either play off of what he's doing or emphasize what he's doing. You know, like I've always felt like I had that bond with him. And then you know, playing off you know, Chris and Tyler, they're machines. They're incredible. Like Chris is just an incredible drummer. Tyler is an incredible bass player with a great ear for harmonies. And Scott, like, I'll write something, I send it to Scott. Scott, I'm like, I'm hearing something in my head, and he'll send me back. He's like, this is my idea. And I'm like, oh my God, I didn't even hear that coming. So it's always so exciting because everyone has such a different take on things, and they can bring it all together and create this one thing, which will be this next Pulley album. I just can't wait, man. I think it's going to be exciting. We'll see.
It's so cool to hear. Yeah, the chemistry is there, and that's the beautiful thing. And as a band, when you know, there's a change in the lineup, that's what you want. You know, that friend that are fans of the band. So, you know, I know it was the perfect fit, but the fans gonna love it, man. I can't wait to hear that. And you know, congratulations for joining them. You know, I know a lot of things place in Quebec. We talk about it. It's gonna be really interesting. And you know, Quebec is a huge fan base. So, man, we're ready.
Good. We are too. We are too.
So, you know, before we leave, I want to thank you seriously for your time. You know, I know you've been around the scenes and, you know, see the evolution of it. And it's beautiful to see because you were part in something really special, you know, just before the explosion and everything. The Nard scene was, you know, I know a lot of fans, you know, and the band you were in, I know him. I know the band. And yeah, man, it embraced a special era in punk rock.
Thank you very much. I want to thank you for your time and your devotion to music and getting the word out there. Thank you very much. But I'm
friendship. Actually, the guys owe me a drink. Last time in Pudza, I was supposed to meet them. They called me at the hotel and come back, come, you know, have a drink. And we were leaving, and they were like, "Oh fuck, we're wasted. We're gonna get some sleep, man. Catch you later."
all right. Well, I'm in for buying around. If I see you, I'll buy you around.
Yeah, we hope to see you at the Red Bridge. You know,
yeah.
Beautiful festival. You know, it's the only festival for the first year edition. It was like a rod festival. It's been doing that for 10 years, and everything was Thai. It was amazing, and I know it's gonna happen next year. So yeah,
good. I'm looking forward to it. I was all excited about it, and then wah.
Yeah. We were all living like 40 miles an hour, and then everything stopped to 20. Like, what I'm doing? Whoa, it's so slow.
Yeah. Now at a crawling pace.
You know, until we meet in person, we encourage everyone to, of course, buy the new acoustic album. Check out, there's so many merch out there. And it's cool because you have so much merch in Canada, so it's really cheap, you know, price, and no, not a lot of custom shipping. So go encourage Pulley, and thank you so much. Can't wait to see you. And dude, we're gonna do a huge special in a couple of weeks. We're gonna play old and acoustic new songs and everything. And thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Oh, thank you. Thanks, Eric. I appreciate your time.
Did the guys tell you you're stuck in a false contract that doesn't exist, that you never signed? You're stuck with me forever.
Awesome. So far, so good.
Yeah, in like maybe 2 more interviews, you're gonna be, oh damn, man, not in.
Yeah. Well, until then.
I'm kidding. Have a nice Friday, and again, thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
All right, bro. Take care. Bye, Eric.
Bye.
Bye.
Cheers.
Cheers.